And I've seen a lot of cops, I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take all your money and whatever else spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the sound holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. That I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back again. Seems to me that I've lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late. Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my you're all that's on my mind. You, not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone I need to taste your life again. I need a rendezvous. New revelation just feel my soul. Beginning and ends with you. Distracting my attention, you're all that's on my mind. You, not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else, yeah. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. She knows that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, won't it be funny that I'm in love with you, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, 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 you. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me through the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. learns to ring a bell. Rackets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn the way. I wanna be, taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. Back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. I have lost my old friend. Got the sunset on the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. I'm afraid you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my resolve, so I played this tune. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back again. Seems to me that I have lost my way. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost, running lonesome again. Stay back before it's too late. Before it's too late. What have I done? Ooh, what have you seen? Early at night, got in the fight, in the candlelight, looking through the screen. Now what have I done? What have you seen? You know there's no future in love when a person has come in between. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Can't look back and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Left last night and now it's been so long. What have I done? What have you seen? There was nothing to say, took her away, and I feel the pain. Made love in vain. Oh, 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 what have I done? What have you seen? She knows there's no future in love when a person has come in between. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Can't look back and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Left last night and now it seems so long.
And it went to the 4. And how's it going, everybody? What's going on? It's me and Pete right now. Waiting for a couple of the other guys, but and I'm sorry about the haircut. I still haven't gotten a haircut yet. It's literally been 6 or 7 months since I've gotten a haircut. So you know, I was actually doing this for Halloween, and I ended up doing nothing Halloween because I forgot it was on a Monday. So I was too tired to do the makeup and everything. So Pete, just so you know, I do something like this, and I'll throw it up. Can you see the? Can you only see the 2 up? You don't see the live, right? So I'm gonna make the live for you, and then there you go. So this is, you'll see this guy popping up every once in a while, you know, and hey.
That's good. Look at the Look at those incisors.
So you'll see him popping up every once in a
Um,
while. But how do I get it out of the thing? Oh,
that's funny, Dan.
yeah. So
Uh,
and I do that every once in a while. I had to do a video. I did it on last Friday. But I feel bad that you actually missed it, and I think I still have it in here if I do. And let's see, editor, LAS. Yeah, what I did it. So Pete, you have first of all, how are you feeling?
oh, I tell you, man, I don't know what the hell I had. Even though I got a feeling, I think, as you said, Dan, I must have had COVID. Even though I did the home test, it says that it came up negative. But boy, I tell you what, for 3 weeks, this thing really kicked my butt. And I mean, for 2 weeks, I was literally flat on my back. And just the last week, I've just kind of started to slow to get around. I still have this lingering cough that's inside. It's that congestion inside. But I'm hopefully now I've got herd mentality or herd immunity.
Herd
That's what I'm kind of hoping.
mentality. I gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you look great. So thank God, I'm glad you're on the mend and all that. So we missed you here for the past couple of weeks. You definitely add a little sense of stability to the show. So so we missed that a little bit. But I did mention your name in the last video before I get into the sponsors. And for those of you that have seen this already, I'm sorry, I'm playing this for Pete because Pete hasn't seen it yet. So you know that I've been running around all month doing a whole bunch of stuff, meeting Eric and going to Toronto and meeting people up there and doing Niagara Falls and a whole bunch of stuff. But I put a little 1-minute video together on what I did in October. So I'm gonna play it for you because I actually mentioned your name in it. So I gotta let you see it. So hey, here we go.
Hey everybody, I finally made it home and it has been a crazy 2 weeks. I mean, here you go. Just real quick, 1 minute. This is what's been going on all week. First, I drove to Chicago. Then I hung out with co-host Eric, which was an awesome time. Nice to see Eric. We also saw Iron Maiden the next night. Not me and Eric, I just went. But then I drove to Niagara Falls the following week. Met up with Scott C, a big AstroWorld fan. Thank you for the perk, Scott. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Then we drove to Guelph. And then we hung out with Ron Breacher and Sean Nielsen, met their families, did some visual observing with Ron's homemade 10-inch Dob, which was a lot of fun time. Then I met Pete Proul for brunch. So thanks for brunch, Pete. Then we drove to St. Catharines, went to Lakeside Park, hung out at the Neil Peart Pavilion, saw the Rush tribute for Neil that I've been talking about over in St. Catharines. Then we walked up to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Then we walked to the Ontario Legislative Building, home of the Moving Pictures album. Here you go. And then we walked to Scotiabank Arena and took a picture. Sorry, Penny. And then walked to the aquarium, saw some pretty cool stuff. Then walked 2 miles to get the only place that had these beers. So now I'm tired and I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you Friday.
Cool.
So that was what I did. We know what you did. You were flat on your back all October, but we're really great to have you back, Pete. So welcome again. So
God, I was going to say, Dan, look at the difference between your hair now and then. Look at
oh
you look
man,
like, I swear you look like the mad chemist.
it's out there. It's out
It is,
there.
man. You
So,
kind of look like the character from Back to the Future. Remember, played by
Doc Emmett Brown. So,
yeah.
it's Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. So people were
Yeah.
saying that I should get dressed up like him next year, but you know what? In all fairness, Christopher Lloyd's costume is it's kind of lame. It's not a lot of fun to do. I have my own hair and a white coat, and that's it. And I just walk around. I walk around with the radiation suit or whatever. But so I got some good news regarding Astropalooza. So I spoke to my my good friend Jessica Hahn over at Optolong, and Stella Song as well helped out in order to get us some some giveaways for Astropalooza. And I know I said originally that we might be getting an L Ultimate. Unfortunately, we will not be getting the L Ultimate, but they are giving us an additional 3 nanometer SHO set 2-inch, and the 2-inch LRGB set as well. That's what they're giving. And you don't know this, Pete, but we'll go over it in the in the sponsors part. But I also was able to book Charles Bracken is coming on Astropalooza as well, and Adam Block. So so that's 2 more people and that's it. I'm not getting, unless if Brian May comes on, nobody else is getting on, because it's now about 8 to 9 hours of stuff going on. But it's going to be a long day for me personally, and don't get me wrong, it's going to be awesome to do it. But 8 hours on TV dealing with video and issues and the stress of it all. It's going to be a lot. So that's who we got coming on. So we'll go over the rest of that in a second. And we also picked up a couple of new sponsors, member sponsors as well, which we haven't been picking up in a while. But we picked up a couple, and some of them have been a couple weeks old. A little bit of my fault for lack of follow up. But let's take a look and see what we got for the sponsors. So thank you so much for the sponsors that actually come and give us all the stuff that we give away. So thank you to Woodland Hills, who is at our main sequence level sponsorship. So thank you. They give us $50, and we're going to be giving away 2 big. I actually might even save one for Astropalooza, unless if Woodland Hills wants to give us a little giveaway, which I'm going to talk to Farah about. But we're going to be giving away 2 checks for $250 from Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be in December, right before Christmas. Thank you also to Prima Luce Camera Concepts and the aforementioned Optolong. Everybody's been so super generous to us, so thank you. We also have Masters of Pix Insight and IP for AP. They also have been giving us a number of classes and some subscriptions to their facilities in the site. So it's been really, really good to get a relationship with them as well. Quasar members, these are all of our member sponsors. Black Hole members have remained the same. Red Giant members, Bob Santos moved over to Patreon. So thank you to Bob. We have most of our people are now Patreon members, but we did pick up a couple of YouTube members as well. And they were all in actually, Greg Meyer. Greg, you're on. I got to apologize to you online, Greg. You've been a main sequence member for a while, and your name wasn't on there. So I apologize. I put it on tonight. There's no White Dwarf members. Who's that beeping? Is that blowing up the phone? Protostar members. We picked up 3 new members. Atlanta Astro, Don Carter, and Dylan Bloodstone, you maniac. Thank you all for joining as Protostar members on YouTube. And that's our last group of members. So thank you. If you want to become a member sponsor, please feel free to join our Patreon membership. The link is below, and you could click on it and join us at anywhere from $5 a month to $35 a month. So that you get different perks for everything. So November 9th, which is coming up a week from tonight, is Dr. Christian Sass is going to be on, running down his APP workflow. It'll be a lot of fun talking to him. The following week, Michael Ritchie, who is the president of the LAS Observatory, which is the one that got burglarized about a month and a half ago and got their C14 stolen. We're going to be doing a fundraiser for them on the 16th of November. That's 2 weeks from tonight. So please, it is a fundraiser. Everybody bring their checkbook and help them recoup what they have lost. We already donated as a group. We've already donated 8 eyepieces to them, all 68-degree eyepieces, 2-inch. And he was very, very appreciative and wrote us a nice thank you letter. So after that, we got the Thanksgiving trifecta. We're going to be having Dr. Sass, Charles Bracken, and Dr. Whitby all on the day before Thanksgiving to come and hang out with us. I feel bad for who's eating the turkey because none of them will be prepping their food. I'm wondering who's going to be doing that for them. So that's going to be interesting. So December 7th, we have Jeff Dickerman coming on from Optech, who will be going over all of his products. Optech, Gemini, our focusers and rotators. Really great stuff. I actually own 2 of them, the FTX 20 and 30, and they're just awesome. Astropalooza coming up fast, going to be 38 days from tonight. So far, like I've said, the guests have just expanded like unbelievably. I never thought we'd have these many people. Sean Nielsen, Amy Little, Molly Wakeling, Nico Carver, Josh Kovac from AstroWorld, Ernie Jacobs from AstroWorld, Masters of Pix Insight. I'm hoping it's all 3. It might only be 2 now, but I think we're going to do all 3. Dr. Christian Sass, Charles Bracken, and Adam Block, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern and running till whenever we're done. So that's what it is. So it's going to be awesome. And we also have the giveaways from Optolong, the 3 nanometer 2-inch set, and another 2-inch. That SHO set is not the one we're giving away this month. They're giving us another set. So it's going to be really cool, and we're going to get some more giveaways for everybody. So don't worry about that. And of course, come hang out with us on our other social media platforms: Discord, Twitter, Twitch, whatever you want to hang out with us. All right. So thank you so much for watching. And if you like what we do and you like what we're doing, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and come join us on whatever platform you decide to join us on. But please like and subscribe to us. So and I think Eric, yeah, he did log. Oh, Scott logged in. That was the beeping and the buzzing. So hold on a second. Let me set this up real quick. And let's see, layers. And give me 1 second. I'm gonna do this. Peter. There we go. Quick play. There we go. And Scott figured out how to use filters. It looks like. You there, Scott?
Hey, Dan.
He's maybe not. He's almost there. Yeah, Pete. What's
Hey,
up?
Dan. This is a shout out to you for Astropalooza. I mean, when you look at the who's who, that is a list to really be proud of. I mean, that is a who's who. And so a lot of folks don't understand what it takes to do this in the background, but kudos to you for putting this together. It really is going to be special.
It's been a lot of fun putting it together. I'm just amazed that all these people wanted to be involved. I mean,
yeah,
I didn't think that AstroWorld had the juice that it does, to be honest with you. You know, it's gonna be really interesting, and if it all goes off well, it's going to be great. So it's definitely a lot of fun. So yeah, Al, it is time to train a co-pilot. Unfortunately, the software is quite expensive that I use. And I can't put it on, and it's only a one licensed piece of software. Um, so I know Eric has been working on getting the one of the other pieces of software and using some of my creds, but it's not an easy thing to run, and I don't mind running it all. I just hate going dark because either I get sick or I go away or something. I know that a lot of people watching, a lot of people in the show chat have talked to me and said, "Hey, you know, we look forward Wednesday and Friday. We look forward to it, and we hate it when you're not on." And it's not easy. So, Bob, I use what's called vmix, which is a director's suite. So that's why I got some of the bumps in the road. But and I think Scott is Scott, are you on?
Yeah.
Okay, you got voice. There you go. All right. I see you got a filter running. You look in focus and the background's out of focus now.
It's a new update for the Mac. They've added filters for your onboard cameras and for your exteriors. So I was just messing around with the portrait filter.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Mhm.
So, anybody been doing? I mean, Pete, have you been doing any imaging or anything? Or
No, what happened is once it gets down to like less than 48 degrees, I don't image. And we've had the first snow of the season, the first rainfall that has come through here. Tonight is supposed to get down to 28 degrees. And so I'm going, nope, I'm going to just pack it in. But I'm sure maybe sometime in February, I'll get it all set up and maybe just put the Eagle up there and just kind of do some work. But I got to load up the Eagle with all my software. That's the one thing I've got to get taken care of. But just getting back on my feet. I mean, I was definitely out for like 3 weeks. I was off work for 2 weeks. Got back last week just to try to just return a lot of emails and just kind of follow up with work. But it's kind of good just to be back here.
yeah,
Good to see you.
absolutely. What was that?
Oh, just good to see Scott. I hadn't seen Scott in a while, so it's good to see how he's doing.
Yeah, things are good. Pete, I understand you weren't feeling well.
Yeah. Excuse me. Still have this little trickle of a cough that's still lingering, but hopefully that'll get done here in the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'll be fine.
Yeah. Tonight's just free form tonight.
Yeah. Yep. So you know what I did? I kind of liberated something, and just indulge me for a second because I got to get up. So I was able to. A gentleman at the store. This is not mine. A gentleman at the store bought this, and now he's having me test it before he gets it. But yeah, everyone's like,
is that the mount?
that is the mount.
Nice.
With the A or the ZWOs.
Yep. And there it is.
No, the AM5. Yeah.
That's it. So I'm testing it for a friend, and we'll see what it can do. And I'm looking forward. I'm waiting for him to send me the tripod. He didn't send me the tripod, so I gotta wait for that. But he already sent it and he's mailing it to me. It should be here on Friday. So so this weekend maybe I could start getting some. Well, I'll get some imaging. I didn't tell you, Pete, but my imaging in the backyard has gotten almost close to impossible. My telephone wires have increased by 2, and
Really?
now I have a V over the top of my pier of telephone wires.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I,
So it's not fun, and I really thought it was back focus problems for a while, and because every single star looked like Saturn. It was split right down the middle, and it was just every single star. So it was like it was just it's almost impossible to image from the backyard. I'm getting so mad. So now I have to travel. So hopefully, you know, hopefully this mount he doesn't want it, so I could buy it from him, and 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 then I'll have a nice, sweet kind of small mount that I won't mind putting up.
yep. Yep. Yeah, it's always best to kind of have like a little portable mount, something like what you got right there, that AM5 or like a rainbow, and just something that you could just kind of just travel, because you're right. Unless, you're gonna be moving here in another year or two, right? You're heading down to North Carolina. So
Oh
hopefully
God,
that'll help out.
it's not soon enough. Um, I, I would love to, but you know what? There's so much stuff going on right now that I have going on, and it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Just trying to see which one do I have. Everyone's asking me which vmix I have. Download vmix. Want to purchase it with which product? Purchase, buy software. And yeah, so the one that I have is vmix Pro. Yeah, I have vmix Pro. So
I'm still waiting to see that first image with Scott's rig. I'm still waiting to see that first image. Any idea, Scotty, when we can plan to see that first image?
Yeah, it's just been a the luck of the draw, as far as getting in between what my son is doing with his school and his groups, and my work. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to make it tonight, because of conflicts. So eventually, it will be getting out there. I've been itching to to get it set up out there. I just haven't had the time with work and my son's schedule. It's just been nuts.
yeah, it's definitely not easy. But I mean, it's a lot easier for me. I'm ready to just go up there with like one of those tree snippers, and
Yeah.
knock down the lines and be like, I don't know what happened, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll read in the paper, man electrocuted trying to rip wires.
Telling you. It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, it was fine when it was just like the 3 lines right next to each other. So I always shot over them anyway, because they were only
Yeah.
at like about the 30-degree range, So I wasn't gonna shoot under that. But once they put ones diagonally across my lawn, and then another one this way, it's like, what do I shoot? I'm shooting at this little circle, probably about 30 degrees directly overhead. And you know what happens when you start shooting directly overhead? What happens? Tracking gets
Yeah.
harder, guiding gets harder. All
Yeah.
these things start to happen and start to affect, but it's just, I just want them to put them underground, and it's never going to happen in New York. They won't spend the money.
No,
You're gonna have to
unfortunately,
move
what
that
happened?
pier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is there a place that you can move it, Dan, if you do move the pier in the backyard?
No, not really. If I move it close, if I move it south, I get closer to the house. I lose all the south. If I move it to the west, maybe if I move it to the west, that might be a little bit better. But I don't know. I'd have to look around. And now it's getting to be winter time. So who wants to be digging a hole in the winter time?
Oh yeah, I agree with you there.
You know,
That's for sure.
Yeah,
maybe you could write your
get the,
soon-to-be governor and get something done. Yeah,
you get
imagine that.
you get down to South Carolina. You and you guys need to find a place that where all the homes are, the wires are all underground. That's one of the things that in our track here. I mean, we have to drive, geez, almost a mile before we can even see any telephone poles.
Yeah, but you know what?
But
The whole thing is that every town that I ever lived in on Long Island, the wires are on the street, which is fine because the house would cover them up if you were in the backyard, right? I moved to
yeah,
Levittown and they got telephone poles in the backyard. I
yeah,
got 3 telephone poles in my backyard.
Well, remember, Dan, think about this. In the 30s and 40s, when they built subdivisions, right? All the poles were in front of the house.
Right?
Then in the 50s and 60s, all the telephone poles and all the hydro wires were between the houses in the backyard.
That's
And then in the 80s, everything was all built underground.
Yep.
It was all done underground. So that's the thing that you got to contend
Yeah.
with right now.
Down here in Florida, I mean, that's a common thing. I mean, wooden telephone poles are they're not really super rare, but they're not like upstate. They're not like up in the Northeast. The telephone poles down here, they're metal, they're concrete. They're hurricane proof, and if they're not that, it's buried. The lines are buried.
Yeah, no, New York, everything's wooden telephone poles on Long Island.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so so you know what I've been doing? First, let me apologize to any of the people in the chat that have been sending me data to look at. A lot of people have been sending me data to look at, and honestly, I haven't had the chance to do it with my traveling that I've been doing over the past 3 weeks. I promise you, I will get to it this week and take a look at it. I hope it's not too late. If it's too late and you figured it out, let me know. I won't waste my time. but I know that Andres has sent me some data. I think there are 1 or 2 other people that have sent me. And if anybody wants to send me data to process, just so I can process something, please do, because I don't know when the next time I'm going to get some really decent data from my backyard, because I'm going to have to do some traveling just to get, some decent data. I'm going to have to go freezing my cahootsies off at the beach somewhere, sitting in my car until 2:00 in the morning. That's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting is I just had one of my clients that I was working with on a plane wave, CDK-17. He's shipping the L500, the CDK-17. That was that whole optical train assembly. It's all going down to Deep Sky, Chile. So I was talking to Daniel. I said, Daniel, hey, do you have, just out of curiosity, do you happen to have the Dragons of Ara, just the raw data? He goes, oh yeah. He says, I got some LRGB. I said, do me a favor, send that to me, because I wouldn't mind just practicing on it. I haven't had a chance to get out in the last 3 months. He goes, no problem, I'll send it to you. So he sent it to me today. So I've got the LRGB of these Dragons of Ara.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to maybe spend some time just to kind of keep my skill set. And you're right, Dan, that's the key, is you don't want to get out there and freeze your ass off, but at the same time, you still got to kind of keep your skill set up. Otherwise you lose it. So
yeah, you're like,
it'll be kind
what the hell do I do? What's DBE? What's gradient? What?
Yeah.
So and that's what happens, just like you said, you use it, you use it or you lose it. And that's more true than anything else. Everything needs some practice, whether you're a dart thrower like me, a golfer, an ice skater, a hockey player, whatever it is. If you don't practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
Muscle
also purchased something off the store just to see what it looks like, and I got this. This is actually pretty cool. Here, check it out.
Oh, oh, look at
Duffel,
that.
little duffel bag,
Oh,
right? You know, it's pretty
oh,
decent. It's nice and big.
yeah, look at that.
It's nice and big. It's
Sweet.
got some inside pockets that you can put some stuff in, and it's got like the little weatherproof little packet that you can kind of throw it in there, and not bad. Little
No,
expensive, but I think it was like this was too expensive. I think I got to have to lower the price on this. I think it was um $59 their cost. So I added 10 for, so it's $69 for this bag. So it might be a little bit expensive, but it's nice and big. And it was nice. So I got that, and I got a zipper hoodie coming, and a beanie with that little AstroWorld thing on it. So
I'm waiting for the time when I run into somebody, you know, down here that has some of the AstroWorld merch, you know. They're wearing something, a shirt, they got, you know, a cap, something.
yeah,
I'll never get used to, you know, seeing my wife's artwork all over the place. You
Hey,
know?
it's awesome. You know what? Actually, our shirt was in Barbados last week.
Nice.
Because Corin, a gentleman from the UK who's a big watcher of the show, was in Barbados, and he sent a picture to me, and I have it. I'll throw it up there. I sent a picture, and he's like, just me hanging out with my buddies in Barbados, showing off the AstroWorld shirt. That was, he was with the
Nice.
AstroWorld shirt, so it's pretty cool.
Hey, they got like a little woolen cap with the logo on it because I'm going to go
Yeah.
skiing in a couple of weeks in Kirkwood.
Yep,
I'm going
they
to buy
do.
one and just put that on my head and go skiing.
Yep,
That's
it's
where
there. Absolutely. And don't forget, whatever you buy from the store, 10% goes to a Watchers Astronomy Club. So, 10% of the profits go to that. So we just sent out our first winner's check to the Raleigh Astronomy Club, who is Captain 404's club.
Mhm.
So Steve, that check is gone. They should have received it by now. And lots of fun. And all the eyepieces got to Iowa by
Oh,
now. So
good. That's really good.
it's nice to do stuff like that. It really is. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to be happy. Once again, Dan, you stopped by on the way back from Chicago, right?
yeah.
Remember, you called me from Lima and you stopped
Yep.
in and you were just talking to them. So that's cool. That's really good.
It just happened to be more or less, I think it was about 45 minutes out of the way, but it was definitely worth the stop by and meeting and the face to face. It was definitely worth it. So it was a lot of
Yep.
fun. It was a lot of fun. Hey, no problem. Sven for the win. Occasional lurker, just saying thanks for this content. Hey, tonight's a free fall kind of night. Whatever hits the wall is what we're going to be talking about tonight. It's been in we've had off the past couple of weeks, so come December 1st, we'll come with a structured line of conversation, I guess you could say. But right now,
Maybe
go ahead.
maybe what we can do, Dan, is just see if there's any questions that the viewer membership has that they want to post, and we can kind of maybe answer some of their questions.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. You know what we used to do is we used to grab Facebook messaging and see what kind of questions are out there, and maybe we could answer them. And let's see. Facebook is always slow these days. There we go. Oh, election day is coming up. Oh, geez. Here we go.
It's next week.
Yep. Let's see. Let's see. Astronomy. Let's see. Where is Facebook Astronomy Club? That usually has some good questions. We could do.
We got to see about getting maybe getting some of these bigger companies, retailers and such, maybe even see if Celestron would be interested in helping out with this that lost their C14. We might get them to donate a tube to them. I mean, it's a tax write-off. It'd be going to a nonprofit, so they could write it off as a tax write-off.
Yeah, I mean, I could write to either Ed.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Craig Bragg is the national sales manager.
Oh yeah, Greg. Yeah, Greg Bragg.
Greg would be the guy that I would send an email. If you need to, Dan, let me know and I'll give you his email address.
Actually, I believe I have it, but if not, I'll definitely reach out to you because there you have it. But let's see.
And companies like that, they're always looking to increase their public image by doing philanthropic work, helping out needy causes and things like that. It's always good for their public image.
Yeah.
Yep. The PR is always good, and everybody wins.
So you know what we're doing this month, right?
Filters.
Ooh.
This last Friday of the month, somebody is going to be getting this nice 2-inch 3nm SHO set, which is giveaway, free, just shipping, and it's yours. So you could get a, I don't know, what is it, $1,250 filter set for, I don't know, $15. So that's pretty sweet. And we also have, and it's unfortunate because before I started tracking the gifts I still have the 1.25-inch LRGB set with the IR pass and the UV-IR cut filters that I thought we spinned, but I think we skipped it. And it looks like we skipped it, and nobody has claimed it, so we're going to be giving it away again. So
we did the LRGB set, didn't we?
No, this is the 1.25. We did the 2.
Oh,
this is the 1.25 set. So
I see.
For those of you with the 1.25 filter slider or the electronic filter wheel for 1.25, this will work out great for you. So
those are all unmounted.
No, I believe they're all mounted, if I remember right. I'll open them up and look and see. Here it is. Nope, they're mounted.
Doesn't say right. Mounted.
They're mounted. So LRGB 1.25 set. Yeah. This might be a repeat question, but if there is a place to figure out what equipment would be wise for a new person to the hobby. Ooh, here we go. That's a good question. So I guess
it would probably start with budget.
Yeah, but budget would be definitely a part. How you doing, Jerry? Jerry Valdez, the donor of the Adobe CC giveaway. So Jerry, how's it going? But Sven, so first thing, again, what Scott was talking about, budget is number one. Number two is what do you want to do? What do you want to image, or what do you want to view? Is this optical or visual or photographic? So let us know, and we'll definitely give you some as long as we have budget and what you want to do, we can point you in the right direction, I think. So just let us know, and we'll definitely hit you on that question.
Yeah, astrophotography is really not a one horse. Oh, it's not a one trick pony. You know, you're going to be. You got to kind of narrow down what it is that you want to do. And
Dan, you got to see Eric's message.
I see him. I see him. Give me a second. I'm sending it.
No. Hell no. We're just purposely ignoring him.
There he is.
Eric. Oh, Eric. No,
What are you?
What is up, my
Am I on
brother?
now?
Yeah, you're on now. You
Am
in a
I
hotel?
on? Yeah.
We were just purposely ignoring you.
I didn't know. I didn't even know. I didn't even know you were there. I saw it on the chat, and I was like, the way everything's set up now, it's like all these little screens. And somehow, when I added another 4K, I finally switched it. I have two 4K monitors, not 1 4, 1 2 now. So my original
Okay.
4, everything is so small now. So I'm like, wow, I suck already. Now that everything's even smaller. But what are you doing in a hotel, bro? What's going on?
I am in Minneapolis. I'm in the Twin Cities. We have
oh, we lost
Nope. We
Locked
have
it up.
I think Eric is sticking his tongue at me.
Yeah.
I was going to say, are the Bears playing the Vikings? Maybe that's the reason why it's in Minneapolis.
And let's see, we might go back to Eric in a second. And we'll go back to this for now. But
The question, he was saying that would it be a large difference in budget to do video visual versus still photos? Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to do
kick it
video,
around.
then
Yep,
you
kick it
might as well
around.
just you might as well. I mean, you're talking about investing in a camera anyway, So, I guess it really depends on where you want to start. Amy Astro did a great video on the Celestron Dob, that she was able to set up, and it's all computer driven, and she was able to take pictures with her freaking cell phone.
Mhm.
And it was awesome. Check out Amy Astro's video on the, help me out, guys. What's the name of the Dob that she was using?
The Star Sense, I think.
the Star Search.
Yeah, that's it.
The Star Sense. It's the Star Sense.
Yeah.
The Star Sense app. Yeah.
And I mean, you can get into something like that. I mean, if you already got a cell phone, a decent cell phone, a Samsung, something like that, you can get into a Star Sense for what? Probably less than $1,000.
Well, depending on which Star Sense you got, I believe it's anywhere from 900 to 1,200, depending on the 8 or the 10 inch. And then you're, a decent. Don't get the crap cell phone adapter. They sell some really garbage cell phone
get the
adapter.
good one.
Like one of them has like
the XYZ.
Yeah, one of them has these like sticky suction cups on it that you stick that crap doesn't work. Don't get that. Get exactly what Eric said. The best one out there is the Celestron XYZ or cell phones and it fits.
Yeah.
It fits up to the 13, as it fits my 13. I use it. Maxi, go look it up. Maxi Falieres, Falieres. He did a presentation on AstroWorld just about doing photography with your iPhone.
Yep.
And it was he took some sick shots. It was crazy. I was like, "There's no way you got that with an iPhone."
It's really impressive what he did.
Yeah,
with a cell phone.
Yeah,
but no, you were asking where I'm at. I'm in Minneapolis.
Yep.
For a conference.
Oh, for work, right?
Yeah, for work. Yeah, it's a diversity and inclusion and leadership conference. So it's pretty good. So just had dinner with all the team, and now I'm back in the hotel. So, and I'm imaging, and my wife. I love my wife. She was so cool enough to take the 365 off and take the caps off so I can start imaging tonight. So I got that kicked off.
Nice.
So so she did it last night and tonight. So.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So Frank just corrected me on the price. It was not 900 to 1,200. It's 800 to 1,100. I was close. I knew it was 300 in between, but so that's for the 8 and the 10 inch for the Star Sense Dob, and Eric is gone again.
Yeah, he's frozen again. I've been getting a lot of use out of the Vespa. Great for if you only have an hour or so to spend. Yeah.
What
Yep.
the Vespa?
It's also fantastic for just, visual, because the phone, the camera on the phone like that. I mean, the video she did on it was really cool. She was taking pictures, but she was also doing EAA, and it was very impressive what she was doing with that Celestron Dob. I think that's a great place for anybody that's looking to start, and because think about it, you're probably never going to not want to use a Dob. You kids over, neighbors over, you can set that thing up and nothing flat and be pointing at the planets or the moon or Orion or M31 or whatever. And people just, I mean, look at the fun that Jason had on Halloween, just with the visual aspects.
Yeah.
With that 9.25 HD. He actually got one woman, tearing up looking at Saturn. I mean, that's freaking awesome.
And I'll show you real quick if I can bring it up. So just to give you an example, and again, this
I hate hotels.
is and I guess Eric's back. So
Yeah,
Can you
back.
can you jack in hardwire there, Eric?
No, it's all Wi-Fi.
Can't do that.
yeah,
No, it's all Wi-Fi. So I'm at the mercy of, the hotel's Wi-Fi. It's not the greatest. But no, what I was saying was I was imaging M31 and over the past weekend I was wrapping up the Ghost of Cassiopeia.
yeah, I saw you post that. Yeah,
59 and 63. So got to get that done, and then I'll see how 31 comes out. I've been taking some really short exposures, like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, just so I don't blow out the core. So we'll see.
and Sven, just so you know, now this is the only one of the only planetary images that I have taken, and this is with an 18-inch Dob and a DSLR. But this is a shot of Saturn that I took. Now it's a little fuzzy, but it's the first and only shot I've ever taken of Saturn with my Dob. Just wanted to see if it could happen. So this is the type of stuff with some practice, it could be a lot better than this. You can see some of the chromatic aberration, the blue at the top. But you know what? For a 2-minute shot with my niece hanging out, I'll take it. So. And where is?
Yeah, those are the kinds of things that really shine in EAA.
Yeah. Jason is actually starting to get pretty good with doing on his 9.25 that he has. He's starting to get pretty good with his planetary.
Yeah, he started messing around with it. I saw him put the posts on the AstroWorld admin chat, and hey, he's having some fun. He's finally got 6 weeks off, so so we're gonna have to drag him on the show for another every once in a while. For those of you guys that don't know Jason was the guy that ran the show for the better part of like 2 years. And from when COVID started, I believe this is even before even Scott joined, he was doing
just
this.
prior.
Yeah. And I have believe it or not, I have all the anniversaries of everybody of their first show in my phone. And believe it or not, Tegan just came up on anniversary number 1. So so if he ever comes back, so Tegan comes back, that'd be great. Where was I going? I totally lost my track of thought. Let's see, Sven, that Saturn shot is a great example for helping me understand what can be done, and the ease of use you mentioned, very helpful. Yeah, so don't be afraid to just start with something like this. If you don't know if you're ready to take that deep, dark dive down that really long and dark and scary rabbit hole, um, start with exactly, and Eric, you and I talk about this all the time. Start with
Getting
what you
started.
got.
Yeah.
Start
Start
with
with
what
what
you
you
got.
have.
If you got a point and shoot camera, start with that. If you have a DSLR, start with that. Eric is a big, proponent of the move, shoot, move. Another nice little tracker that works with DSLR cameras. I mean, and it's relatively cheap. What is it, like $300 or something like that?
Yeah,
Um,
it's around $200-$300.
yeah, it's not that expensive. So start with all that, get a tracker, take some wide angle stuff for the Milky Way, and so we're a little bit
Mhm.
past that now. But you could do the Orion complex, the entire Barnard's loop and all that kind of stuff. You could do that kind of stuff. And I think Eric just nope, yep, he's back. So
That's it.
you know,
Hotel.
yeah, so definitely, it's like when I did the show with Scott from in Washington
When
D.C.
you're in
from my
Washington. Yeah.
mother-in-law's
Yep.
bedroom, But yeah,
But
definitely,
yeah, use what
definitely work with that.
you're exactly right. Use what you have to get started. Check out YouTube videos. Oh yeah, your little Canada flag, you're a world traveler now.
No, just North American traveler.
There you go. But going to the Hockey Hall of Fame and then going to the arena and flipping them the bird. But no, but getting back, start with what you have. Use lenses like 24 millimeter, maybe depending on what kind of camera you have. 24 millimeter is a good all around wide angle Milky Way camera. Get photo pills. You got a new puppy?
No, this is my first puppy.
Oh, that's your first puppy. Okay.
This is Astra.
But get a good tracker, either the Ioptron, like Sky Guider or Star Adventurer. But the Move Shoot Move is really good. But yeah, Photo Pills. Photo Pills is a great app for your iPhones. I think they also have it for Android too. It's like $10.
Yeah, Photo Pills is good.
And it's great for helping you plan to take wide angle Milky Way shots so you can get the full arm and even the galactic center and core. So it's really, really good for that. And don't spend a lot of money yet until you're absolutely sure on what are you really interested in. Are you interested in the planets, or are you interested in everything else other than the planets? Because it's either wide field Milky Way in landscape photography, or it's planetary, or it's deep sky. One of the three.
Solar.
It's
Don't forget
just
solar.
what are you really interested in? What do you really want to capture? So.
That's a very good point, because we always talk about this on the show, because there are different. You got to have the right tool for the right job, and
Yep.
each one of the things that Eric described, planetary, deep sky object imaging. You could throw solar and lunar even in a different category.
Yeah, you sure can.
And you could even throw comet hunting and asteroid hunting in another one. And then there's planetary, so I mean, they all require different, you're not going to take out a tank with a 38. It's not going to happen. You need the right stuff. So you need planetary, you need focal length. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deep sky, you may need focal length, or you may need wide field, depending on what you want, because you could use both. Lunar, you don't need a lot of focal length unless you want to go really, really high deep definition.
Yeah. You can use a DSLR on lunar. You can do lunar on a DSLR.
Sure.
So
Absolutely, you can.
Like
and you may just
solar,
want
like
to
you're saying.
choose, solar. Just make sure you have the right filtering equipment to do that. Whether that either through a cork or through a dedicated solar scope or through a white light filter or even some just mylar paper. All that will do, but you're going to get different results from each type of filtering agent that you use. So
yeah, and if you're serious about, and if you decide to go solar, it's even more critical to get the right equipment, because you can seriously damage your optical setup if you don't do it right. I mean, you can destroy your scope, you can destroy your camera, and you need specialized filters perhaps that are not like what you use for deep sky.
Yep.
Hydrogen for solar is completely different than hydrogen for deep sky.
Yep.
Totally different animals.
Yep.
So you have to take a bit more precaution when you're doing solar, because you're dealing with the sun and bringing light from the sun into your lens and into your camera. It's not something you want to take your time.
Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
No, I was just going to say, if I can make a suggestion, is that when you're getting into this hobby, whoever you decide to use and to work with, a very simple question right off the bat, and this is how you can tell if you're working either with a sales consultant or just a salesperson. You truly want to work with a sales consultant. He'll ask you a few questions. What is it that you want to do? Is it visual astrophotography? That should be the first question that comes out of his mouth. The second question that he should ask you will be to say, well, what is your budget? Because he needs to get a parameter to work with. He doesn't know if you're starting out new or you've got some experience into it. But more importantly, the one thing you want to ask him is, can you show me some photos or some examples of your work? If he can show you those images, then you know you're working with somebody who has been where you're getting yourself into. And that's the most important thing, is that he'll know exactly where you're at in this particular point. And that's the most important thing, is to work with somebody that knows what you're getting yourself into, because we all know this is a rabbit hole that you can go down very quick. So, as I say with everybody, work within what your budget is, work within your means, gain the experience, and then from there you can kind of progress as you start to really hone your skill set.
I'm sorry, Pete. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the people at Boston. Some people said some really nice things about Scott's shirt, and some people like you can also completely destroy your vision by looking at Scott's shirt if you don't have the right stuff to look at it. So
that's okay. Just bring the hate. That's just all right.
Oh man.
I love the chat.
I can't read the feed right now on the because I don't want to mess up the internet as much as it already messed up. Damn.
That's funny. But you know
Scott,
what?
Love you, man.
And
it's all good though. It's all good. It's all in fun. It's all
yep.
in fun.
Pete, you're exactly right. And and that's why I get into a lot of trouble when I work at the store sometimes, because that's oh jeez. Dude, what is that? Like fish scales? What is that?
It's
That's
fish.
not so.
That is fish scales. Those look like fish scales. Like
looks
what
like
is
fish scales, right?
Those are fish scales.
He's the big mermaid. He's Ariel's dad.
Is that
Ariel's
somebody
dad.
asked if that was mold? Is that mold? Is that
it's not mold.
No, that's nacho cheese mold.
Somebody said the cheese too. So
it's the cheese.
But and I get into a lot of trouble at the store because I will ask them that, and I will sometimes sell people things that they need that I don't have. You know what I mean? So sometimes business owners want you to sell what they have on hand. And sometimes what you have on hand isn't what the customer needs. And I refuse to sell something that a customer does not need. I won't do it.
Absolutely.
If something's a piece of garbage, I'm going to tell you it's a piece of garbage. Okay? You know, if something doesn't work for me, I will tell you it didn't work for me. It may work for you. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit there and force something upon you where you're going to come back to me 3 weeks later and beat me over the head and say this thing's a piece of garbage.
And see, that's the whole thing, Dan, is that you, even in sales, in working with, you know, within, like in your case, working at a store or others, and if you're actually, part of your job is to sell things, you want to make sure you are helping the customer get the right things, because guess what? You don't want to have to deal with a return. You want that customer to be happy. You don't want to deal with a comeback. You don't want to deal with a return or anything like that. Or to your point, you know, somebody coming 3 weeks later and wanting to beat you upside the head with the scope, you know, and saying, I don't get it. That's one of the things that frustrates me sometimes, you know, with certain companies and certain
I hear you.
proprietors, stores, because all they want to do is make the sale. But guess what? That you make the sale within, you know, and if you have a return policy, like a 30-day return policy, and if you come back in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and says, I can't do this, I don't like it, guess what? Now you've got to resell that or whatever it is at a cheaper at a discount because it's open box, or you eat the cost or whatever it is, whatever the thing is. But you have to deal with the return.
Yep. And you know what? It's just not worth it, you know. And one thing we say at the store is, you know, the customer. Well, one thing I always say, and something that I always bought from my McDonald's training that I kind of changed to be my own, but the customer isn't always right, but it is the customer's right to be wrong.
Right.
You know, but you got to take that, because people will not accept ignorance. They will not. Don't make up stuff to make you look good, because in the end, it's going to make you look dumb. So, you know, once people find out you don't know what you're talking about, your trust is shot. So, you know, it's very important for me to have people's trust. I know it's very important for everybody's, you know, even on the show, to have people's trust. That's why if we don't know something on the show, we're gonna be like, shoot, I don't know. Let's find out, and we'll get back to you next week on the show. You know what I mean? And that's what we do. And did we lose Eric again, or is he just looking down? Oh, okay.
No, I'm okay. Sorry.
That's right. I just want to make sure you're still moving.
Yeah, I'm still here.
But yeah. So
well, I mean, that's how. I mean, for the people that are in the chat that don't know, that's how Dan and I, you know, met. You know, years ago, was you know, when I was first exploring this whole idea, you know, and I'd actually made the purchase of the CGXL and the Celestron, the 14, and I subsequently got rid of the CGXL, went different. But you know, I had this big problem. You know, I run all Mac in my house, and I know not everybody's, you know, into that and so on and so forth, but everything I have is Mac. Literally everything I have is Mac, and everybody knows, you know, the Mac is great for processing, but acquisition not so much. And so, you know, I had this quandary. You know, everybody's, you know, they're telling me, well, get a Raspberry Pi, you know, or just buy a cheap laptop. I didn't want to do that. I did not want to buy a cheap laptop, you know, and this and that. And finally I talked to oh gosh, Dan, his name went right out of my head. Camera Concepts owner. Jeff, thank you. I just had to think about it there. Yeah, Jeff. I was talking to Jeff, and he's like, "Oh no, you got to talk to my buddy Dan. You know, he he's going to set you right, and that's where the whole eagle thing came in. I'd never heard of the eagle before, you know, and I think that it's definitely kind of a niche thing. It's got more exposure in the recent years, but I mean, even today, you know, most people, they don't even realize that there are onboard computers that you can get for your rigs. You know, so
And you don't have to go as far as spending, you know, up to $2,300 on an eagle. You could go anywhere from $300 with the ASI Air up to a
ASI
NUC
Air.
for $500-600, and
Right.
moving forward from there. And then, you know, there are different things. And now you have the Eagle Mini. I'm sorry, you got the Eagle Mini for how much is it? $199? $249?
The ASI Air Mini.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's $200.
$200, you know. And again, this is only for acquisition. So I mean, you don't really
Yeah.
need
You
don't need
a
any
lot.
powerhouse to do acquisition, but if you want to
That's
do other things, bells and whistles.
You know what's interesting in our hobby, Dan, and I know you can attest to this, is once again, it's the trust issue. Here it is you're talking to somebody on the other end of a phone. You've never met this person. He doesn't know you from Adam. So you got to build a trust factor. And you're absolutely right. Is your word is basically your bond. And you're absolutely right. You know, you've got to definitely ask certain questions. You've got to ask, you know, what is it that you want to do? What is your parameters? If you don't ask those questions, we see it with sales reps all the time that don't know what they're doing. And if you're a technical salesperson and you know what the questions to ask, you build that trust factor. And that's what's so important. Scott, you're a prime example. You didn't know me from Adam, right? But look at the rig that we put together for you. That was just exactly what it's about. And once again, it was through you that you'd mentioned that I should reach out to Dan to get onto the show. And now we've kind of got this trust relationship built up. So you're right. It's a very small community, but guess what? Your name and your reputation really goes a long way, especially with people who are outside who know of you and can say, yeah, this is the gentleman that you want to get a hold of. But you're right. It's built upon trust.
Yeah, absolutely. But and no offense, Pete, you know, and no offense, Scott. We are unsure if that rig that you built for Scott actually works. So we're not sure.
We have no evidence. There is no evidence to prove that it actually works.
It looks beautiful in the lanai, but
it does. It looks gorgeous on the lanai.
It makes some great photo, like, you know, it's a great ambiance right there.
It looks so nice watching having photos of Scott, you know, with his C14 wearing his socks and everything. It's awesome.
Oh man, I completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, those brown socks.
Yeah, the brown socks and everything. It's awesome. But you've got to see the evidence. Does this actually work? Is it real or is it photoshopped? Is the rig and everything really photoshopped?
Is it
really
real
there.
or is it Memorex?
Correct. Exactly.
No, it just, and listen, you know,
I love Scott. You know,
yeah, no, we all go through some rough times. I mean, you know, and mine just happened to be telephone wires. Scott is the skies and the crap that he's getting moving halfway across the country. You know,
that is true.
Pete's been dying for the past 3 weeks, and Eric, I don't know what the hell you've been doing, but
I've been imaging, baby.
Hey, you're the only one that's been imaging.
I've been imaging.
You know,
Hey, by the way, did we ever present any of our photographs? Did we do that a couple of weeks ago?
So we set up. Oh, you weren't here last week. We set up a new date for that.
Okay.
We set up because the date came and went, and I think I was away, so I'll take the blame on that. But the new critique night, the host critique night is, and I'll find out real quick. What did we say it was? Was it a Friday?
I think it was a Friday. And you know what? I was telling, while he's looking that up, I was telling Dan, we need to post on the website our own. Well, Scott's automatically disqualified because because we can't take things that come out of astronomy or sky and telescope. I'm sorry, we're not going to do it, Scott. I'm sorry, it's not happening. But let's get our best photos that we want to and throw it in so we can see, hey, which of us AstroWorld AstroWorld are actually going to get into this calendar, and stuff like that. So
I think I'm going to abstain. Just for
you cannot. You cannot. No.
It's not fair. All my pictures are behind me. All my good ones are behind me. Everyone knows it's going to be me.
But Dan, also our best photographs are on AstroBin, so they're going to just look on our AstroBin site and see all the photographs.
That's right. But now you actually take it from AstroBin, you put it on the website, and you say, okay, out of our audience, pick.
There you go. So all right. Hold on. Let me take Eric off for a second because, the host picture night is going to be the 18th of this month. It's a Friday night. Okay. So let's get those pictures in. Everybody can send them in. Who's a host, and what we'll do is we'll do a poll on the website, and we'll do a regular vote just like we do for the members. Remember that this week we have 2 days left. This week we're voting for 3 pictures, so vote 3 times. Vote for 3 different pictures. Do not vote 3 times for yourself, please. Thank you. So vote for 3 different pictures, and those 3 will be not only the last 2 for October, but the first one for November as well. So it'll go in order. The one with the most votes will be in October. The one with the second most votes will be the second one in October. One with the third most votes will be the first for November. So that's how we're going to work with that. What else? We also have Dr. Sass coming up in a week. Yeah.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to that because I'm looking forward to some APP info.
Oh, you know me.
You know me. That's it.
That's
OPP. You down with APP? Oh, you know me. You down with APP?
At least somebody.
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. I got an APP. But I am so glad that Pete's back because I have a genuine question. For someone, since you work with plane waves, how hard is it to collimate the plane waves, such as I guess it's the CDK 14 and 17 and what's the smallest one? Is it the 10?
12 and a half.
12 and a half. How hard is it to collimate those? Because I think are you just dealing with the secondary?
Yep. Basically, It's real easy. If you've done collimation on an SCT, you'll have no problem on a plane wave. So Eric, you'll have no problem if you ever decide to go into it. And the 12 and a half is a great scope. It's a closed tube, carbon fiber, and I think it's 2568 millimeter vocal length, which is good. And I think it's an F8, but it's just really a great scope, but you'll have no problem doing the collimation on it whatsoever.
Yeah, because I'm very curious about the plane waves, and I've seen so many fantastic. And if you go on AstroBin and you look up plane wave and AstroBin, there are some amazing photos of people who have plane wave OTAs that have done some fantastic images. So I'm very intrigued on them. I mean, it's probably not going to be something until I kick the kids out of the house, if they go to college or something.
And pay for it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. but I'm very intrigued with it. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
As well as
I tell you, for an American company, they are a really good company to work with. Quality control. I mean, you've got Matt Dietrich, you've got Eric Blackhurst, you've got Larry Weatherly, all great people to work with. Rick Hedrick, super guy. I mean, for an American company, they really are bar none. Probably for quality control, they make one of the best scopes and mounts. Bar none, the mounts are phenomenal. I mean, yeah, they're expensive, and I'm not saying that they're for everybody, but I mean, the L mount, you can definitely do it in equatorial mode. You can do it in alt azimuth mode. You don't have to do meridian flip, but they're not for portable setup. That's just it. If you're looking for a portable setup, bar none. Yeah, but as I said, it's amazing. I know Christian Sassy, they have a lot of the plane waves down there in Chile, down in Australia. But they really are spectacular mounts to use, and really they're a good company to work with. I have to say,
we have a couple members in the chat that actually have a couple plane waves in there. L350 owners.
I think Mark is a 350.
Yep, he's a 350 owner. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're headquartered out of Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're what they did is they were initially out of Rancho Dominguez, California, and California being high in taxes and everything else, they were thinking about going to Michigan. And literally, the town of Adrian, literally had a campus and literally gave them the campus. Honest to God, it was an abandoned campus for like junior college, and there was like about 6 or 7 buildings within this campus, and they literally. Adrian gave it to them and said, "Hey, look, we want you to come here. How do you refuse that?" So Rick said, "Okay, we'll take you up on your offer." And literally, they moved to Adrian, and that's kind of where they're at now. It's just amazing. So they've incorporated the buildings. I don't know if they've got all the buildings being used, but I know that they've got manufacturing, their offices, and everything else out of Adrian. So they're close. And for you, Eric, it's real close. If you ever decide you want to just go make a run over there, it's kind of cool. Yeah. What they do is once a year. They just had it about 3 weeks ago. Once a year, they have an open house, and literally anybody that wants to come down just to see plane wave, you're more than welcome to come in for a weekend. And they really literally host it. They'll have food and everything else, and you can kind of just go through all the buildings and go see their whole processing. It's pretty impressive.
I'll definitely have to check them out and reach out to them, see what their next open house is.
See, the thing about the mount.
I'm interested.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Typically with the equatorial mounts, how we actually have to balance in deck and RA. Well, with the L mounts, you have to balance it in X and the Y and the Z axis. But it's a real simple process to do it. And as you said, there's some phenomenal photography like on AstroWorld. You just type in plane wave, and you should see some of the photographs that are just coming out. Just amazing to see.
For sure.
Yeah, it looks like people were having issues with the voting as far as voting more than once, but I just fixed it. So if anybody tried to vote and wasn't able to vote more than once, you can now. So it shouldn't be a problem. I forgot the IP blocking was on. I just turned it off.
Hey, quick question. Would we be interested in having somebody from PlaneWave come on the show as a guest?
I think it would be great. Absolutely. I mean, I can't speak for the rest of the guys, but I think it would be great.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll get that set up. I'll reach out to Eric and see if Eric would be interested in coming on the show. He's their national sales manager, so I'll give Eric a call. If not, I'll get Larry Weatherly to come on.
Yeah. Because I mean, to learn a little bit more about their company, the products that they manufacture, even if he has a presentation or a video or anything like that. Hey, I think it would be awesome.
Okay, I'll get it set up then. We'll get that taken care of.
Oh,
yeah, good idea.
Jerry had a question regarding the new Pegasus mount. The first answer, or one of the first answers to the AM5, the Nix harmonic mount from Pegasus Astro.
Yeah, the Nix.
I'm really interested in the Pegasus Astro. I think, if I remember, I'm looking it up right now. So the max load capacity is, I believe, 100 pounds. Let's see. And of course,
Yeah.
So high gear, the lightweight design does alt
I
as.
like Pegasus Astro because I'm big into Greek mythology, and having the Nyx was that's a cool name for their mount.
Well,
Is the Nyx.
Just to bring in a little crazy piece of worthless information, the Nyx, if I remember right, and I could be wrong and screwing up, but I think I'm right. The Nyx were the beings that were very hippie-ish in Stargate. They were these
Really?
little stick guys. They were very beginning. You know, they were little, and the original guy, the Nyx, was played by Armin Shimmerman, who played Quark in Deep Space Nine and Next Generation. But the Nyx, I believe, again, someone will call me out if I'm wrong on it, but I believe that was them.
Yeah, and that is useless information because I just, like I said,
Totally
Nyx for me
useless.
just goes off of. Yeah, it's totally useless.
Totally,
Nyx
you
for
won't
me is Greek
you will
mythology.
not do anything as
The
far as
goddess of the night.
Does not require counterweights for up to 20 kilograms, so no counterweights for 44 pounds.
On the AM5 or the
no,
Nyx?
on the Nyx. On the Nyx.
Okay.
So, but it's also about $1,000 more expensive. So, just remember that. But it looks nice. I should be getting some in this week. If they're telling me the truth, they did clear customs. So I'm looking forward to taking a look at that. So maybe well, you missed it, Eric. See, I got this guy.
I saw it. I saw it.
Oh, you saw? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw it when I was on my way back. Yeah,
So,
I saw it. I saw it when I was on my way back to the hotel. It's like, he's got the AM5.
What was that? I lost you in the headset.
I was like, hey, he's got the AM5. Yay!
Well,
are they gonna let you? Are they just gonna let you try this person? Letting you gonna try it, or are they gonna let you buy it?
Well, I'm testing it, and if it works, I'm probably buying it from him. He's done with it, so he either wants a refund or he wants it sold. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I told him if it works, I'll buy it from him, and if it doesn't work, it's going back to ZWO, and Simon could take care of it or whatever, and be done with it. You know what I mean? And then it's in their hands because I won't do anything. But I'm getting the carbon fiber tripod that comes with it. That's on its way up, so it should be. And Friday, Saturday looks pretty decent, even though it's a full moon. I'm just gonna put a little scope on it. I'll put my Red Cat on it, and test it out, see if it works.
Yeah, but see, something like that for travel or a lightweight, inexpensive mount for people who don't want to carry around, a CGX or a CGXL or some of these heavier mounts, or dealing with those that, because we do see people that, who still, they set up, their rigs every night, bringing out their mounts and stuff like that. And if you have something like these smaller harmonic drives that are lighter weight, they're easier to, of course, get in and out. You're not struggling so much. So they're really they're nice, and they're fine. It's like I said, we've talked about this in the past. Over the past 5 years, since I've gotten into astro photography, there have been so many crazy innovations, but just within the past 5 years, it's insane.
What's interesting is that, with Rainbow and Hoban being the two premier harmonic drive mounts, Rainbow has taken it now where they've got encoders on the RA. And I guarantee you the next generation mounts will have encoders in the deck. Whereas with ZWO and Pegasus, they're 5 years behind. They will probably come up in their second, third generation. They're encoders. So it's just a matter of time when we talk about looking at encoders for these harmonic drives. They'll all have encoders within the next 3 to 5 years. It's just that I think Rainbow will be the first to have it on both axes, more so than just the one.
Yeah, and then eventually, I think it's going to come to a point where encoders may end up becoming part of the standard.
Yeah.
For gems and harmonic drive, for gem mounts and harmonic drives, period. It's just going to be one of those things. It's going to take some time, for cost and stuff like that, but it very well could just be one of those things.
It was just the reason why I think AP had to come out with the Mach 2 was because the 10 micron, GMS 1000 already had the encoders, and that's at the same price as the Mach 2. So AP had to say, okay, let's just discontinue the Mach 1. Let's just go with the Mach 2, make it encoders on both axes. So you're absolutely right. It's going to be interesting. Everybody talks about encoders. It's kind of interesting. It's like we talk about encoders. It's like if you shut your mount down, it doesn't matter when you power it back up, it still knows where it's looking at, but it doesn't have a home position. Whereas like with software BISC, whenever you fire up a software BISC mount, it goes to its home position. So it knows where its home position is. So it's interesting, it's kind of 6 of one and a half a dozen of the others, but it's just a matter of time, I think, before these smaller harmonic drives actually get to that point, which would be great. It'll be phenomenal. I hope that these harmonic drives will have a home position. I really would be impressed if they would actually have a home position, but I think that's something that they'll actually develop when it comes to software or firmware.
Yeah, that'll come in some update eventually, and it's gonna be interesting to see, because I'm looking forward to something that's light like the AM5 that will allow me to kind of be more mobile. I'm mobile with the EQ6R, and I know it's a beast, but you know what? I'm so used to lugging it around that I'm kind of used to it. But if I could take the AM5 and throw it in my lovely AstroWorld duffel bag,
Shameless plug for merch.
Shameless plug for the duffel bag.
AstroWorld TV, AstroWorldWeb.com. Check out our store.
Yep, and eventually you'll have a limited edition shirt like this.
It's the girth.
so
Always been my mantra.
That's that shirt. He just got it.
Oh God.
But it's funny because I got scared when I first opened up the store. I got scared because I got a lot of slack from that shirt online on Twitter, and saying that it was a little, I guess, sexist.
Oh, good Lord!
Too much sexual innuendo, whatever it is.
People
And now I'm like, you know what?
Too many. I know too many. I have too many friends, too many women friends who are worse than me, and I'm a sailor.
There you go. But hey,
they're even worse than me.
it's going back up. So if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you want to buy it, buy 20 of them. So, but it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I got canceled.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Elon. I can't spare the $20 to be verified.
Yeah, it's $8 a month for Twitter.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Up charities jumping on the Navy bandwagon. So. Hey,
that's right. Beat
Army.
Yeah, I thought Air Force. Isn't Air Force playing against Army this weekend?
I think they are.
I think they are, and if they win, I mean, if they beat Army, then it goes to Air Force this year. That's what I love watching.
Yeah, the Commanders Cup will go to Air Force. Dang it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Yep. Somebody's talking about the green check mark, so yeah, Elon came in to Twitter with the sink. Everything but the kitchen sink, that's what he did. But
everything.
I guess Elon Musk has got to pay for all those Skylink or Starlink satellites going into space, right? So that's why everybody's got to get charged $8 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he's got to, he's got to keep SpaceX going. So yeah.
Ernie's like, yeah, let that sink in.
Oh,
Oh God. Yeah, it's like does he really need the $8? Does he really need it? It's Twitter.
Oh, I think it's going to be more than 8.
No, it's $8.
I think it was like $25 a month for.
yeah, I thought it was. So
I heard
crazy.
8. I heard
Yeah.
$8 a month to be verified. That's what I heard, and that's what Ernie just said on the chat too. So $8 to be verified. So
Wow.
it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, people are going to pay the $2 a week, and because Twitter's just so big, people will just pay the $2 a week and be done with it. You know, we get
Really?
$8 a month to death in this country. You know, every single bill that I have is $8 a month, and there's like 50 of them.
Yep.
Amazon Prime, Netflix, Prime Video, Twitter,
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, all the streaming. My stupid, you know, everything's like $8.95, $10.95.
Yeah, Dan, the question is, you don't have kids. What's your dogs watching? Are they watching all this stuff on TV?
They're watching Animal Planet.
No, they just bark. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I'd rather keep donating my $35 a month to AstroWorld. Thank you for the nasty plug. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Josh is like AstroWorld. Yes, donate to AstroWorld, please. We can give you more giveaways.
Yes, absolutely. You know.
We are
subscribe to
almost.
us. Hey, we're gonna, you know, we start kicking out more stuff for you guys.
Absolutely,
you know?
and we are
things you really want.
We are $3 away. Just so everybody knows, we are $3 away on Patreon for breaking $300 a month in donations to AstroWorld.
Nice.
Right now we're at $297 on Patreon. So thank you for everybody that's donating to us. It's literally going into the AstroWorld account. I don't even see it. You know, maybe I'll buy, you know, Scott a new shirt. But you know, other than that, I'm gonna buy him a shirt with just Cheez-Its all over it. Love you, man. Love you, man.
You know, everybody down here in Florida loves my shirts. Okay, so you can all suck it.
Suck it. That's a New York thing.
Yes.
So Scott, are you telling us now we got to start wearing our Hawaiian shirts when we come on the show?
Hey, you know what? Ron Breacher's got some great freaking shirts.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got some really good Hawaiian shirts, man. He does.
Got some cool shirts, man. Ron's our hero.
Really cool. Ron's got some really cool shirts.
Okay, so you know what, Dan, we got to wear one night. We got to do it a Hawaiian shirt.
We'll do the Ron Breacher night, and we'll do the Hawaiian shirt.
We'll do a little benefit for Ron Breacher. Say, hey, Ron, this night's dedicated to you. I'll come up with Hawaiian shirts.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Center for Parks.
You know, Pete, you were talking about the portability of those the harmonic drive mounts and such. You know, Gitzo. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Let me do this. I think I could do this. Can I do this?
I don't know. Can you?
No, not that. This. There we go. And I want. Which one do I want?
I don't know.
I want this one.
I don't know what you're doing.
Share. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? That came up?
Yep.
Okay. So for those of you that aren't familiar, Gitzo is probably one of the premier tripod manufacturers in the world. Their tripods are legendary. They are
Count
very
that pricing.
expensive. Don't get me wrong, but they are rock solid in their application. These things are bulletproof. What's really nice about the systematics, you can see the head on this. It's completely open, so it will allow you to basically apply all kinds of different features to this. It you can use it for your DSLR. You can use it for landscape stuff. You can use it for panoramas. This has got a absolutely fantastic setup for doing stuff like that. But the thing that I thought was really cool about this, there's Rainbow Astro, and that is their peer for the Gitzo Series 3 and Series 5 mount that fits right on that Gitzo tripod, and you can put your any one of the rainbows, the 135s or the 300 will go right up on top of that thing, and you have yourself a killer freaking portable rig.
Yep,
But
that is
definitely
cool
check out Gitzo.
because it's a 3/8 inch on the half pier, right? It's a 3/8 inch
Sorry?
underneath. What's the connection on that half bottom to the tripod?
Yeah, it's 3/8.
Okay.
Yep. But it's just rock solid. It's just rock solid. I think you'd go a long way to find a portable rig that was more stable than this. I don't think that there is one out there that is as light as this and as well made. There may be something, but you can't go wrong with that Gitzo. So let me just close out of that.
Everybody was saying $1,600 for a tripod seems a little pricey, and I was like, yeah, here you go. You can check this out. And I just gave them the link to Supermount, which is about $800.
Oh, hell yeah!
Which is about $800 more. So for their middle version, I think they have one for like $4,000. I think.
Yeah, the Gitzo. The nice thing about the Gitzo is that it will, you can use it for your Astro stuff, but you can also use it for just about anything else you want.
Jerry wants to know that's a great tripod, but what it would hold you 14.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go that big.
I think he was just trying to find you something light so you'd actually put it outside. So that's.
I actually have that tripod. It's
there goes something is moving.
Yeah,
something is moving.
Oh, there it is. Look at that
There's
beast.
this
Hasn't
dog.
moved in 3 months.
He's got the Bahama shorts on too.
Oh God!
Looks like one of those little weasels.
The life in Florida. The life in Florida, man.
Oh, it's 80 degrees out right now.
Yeah.
And it's clear, right? We should be out imaging tonight.
No, it's not clear. It's overcast. That's the Gitzo.
Okay. Back it up a little bit.
And
I think it's a little
that has five. It has five extensions. So, I want to use that in the water for shooting waterfowl or whatever. It's watertight, waterproof. You can get all kinds of things for it. I've been using this. This is my professional tripod that I do all my photography with. And I can tell you, tried and true. This thing is absolutely bulletproof. I'd buy another one of these in a minute. You'd never have to buy another tripod. They're just the best.
Nice. Very, very good. Let's see what else we got going. Nice night clouds. I use my dad's old tripod for my iPhone Astro needs. It works really good for a 50-year-old tripod.
Oh yeah, some of the stuff that goes back that far, I agree. Some of that stuff is really worth its weight.
Oh yeah, they're solid.
Will the AM5 fit on it? Well,
On a Gizmo?
on a Gitzo,
On a Gitzo? Yeah, probably.
you
If
need you would need
even
to
with the
get some
theater,
sort of plate for it
yeah. You get a plate and then
For
add
what?
on
to
the
put
little
an
pier.
AM5
Well,
on
with the
it.
AM5. I think it could.
Yeah, you could go. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that'll make an adapter plate for the
Yeah.
tower that fits on the Gitzo.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's possible.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind that Gitzo is about $300 less than the AM5. So
Yeah.
so that being said, I think they're doing a sale soon for the AM5 again with their carbon fiber tripod for $2,000. So you may want to look out for that
Oh,
sale.
it comes with a carbon fiber tripod. That's nice.
Yeah, it's called the TC40. And it does come with the plate and everything for the AM5, and it slides literally like right inside. It's got a collar and it compresses. Really nice. They when they first came out with it, they did a sale with the tripod for, I think right now the price is $23.99 with the tripod. They're gonna do another sale probably for Christmas. So wait
Yeah.
for Black Friday.
Yeah. We'll see. But also, hey, if you have if anyone has a Celestron mount, or if you want to look for, like, say, the CGE or the AVX, or I think even the Nexstar 8SE mounts and stuff like that, if you have the tripods, I believe they use the same bolts
The center
as far
bolt.
as center bolt, and you could just mount the AM5 on top of that, because I know that's what TJ did, to help add a bit more stability.
Yep.
Without necessarily using a counterweight. So if you have that, or you go on cloudy nights and can find just somebody who's willing to sell just who has the tripod.
Yeah.
You can give that a
Question,
shot.
Dan. Yeah, you've already got them out there. Is that a metric female thread underneath, or is that a
Or-
SA thread?
For what? For the
WO AM5. Is
it's a
that
3/8. It's a 3/8.
It's a 3/8.
Yeah, it's a 3/8.
So it's SAE then. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3/8. I got that information from Simon yesterday, so it's a 3/8. So, but I tried to use it with my I said, let me just see. I forgot what the bolt was on my EQ6R, and the EQ6R is a little bit bigger. It wouldn't fit, so I couldn't use that on there. So.
See, I like the idea that they decided to go with, instead of metric, to go with an SAE thread, which is
Yeah,
kind of cool.
it's interesting. Yeah, so. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat. I wish I had a shirt. Do I owe you a shirt, Greg? Is that what you're trying to say? I may owe you a shirt. I think I do. You have to look that up.
I think what he meant to say is that he wishes he had my shirt.
I'm gonna have to look up my shirt giving out. Send us Scott's shirt. As long as you don't have to see Scott naked, just that's don't take it off.
No.
I owe all of the black hole members shirts, because I was thinking about different things. If you take a look on the perks on Patreon, I actually made the list, a new list for perks for members. So you will get a shirt like this, and you'll also be getting a $50 gift certificate in the email for purchase on the AstroWorld store. So you'll be able to buy something from the AstroWorld store and with a $50 credit, because they're paying about $35 a month. So that's
it's a nice perk.
Yeah,
it's a nice perk to say thank you.
Yeah. So
yep, absolutely.
So all the black hole or higher members, the quasar members, will be getting that as well. And so just so you know, somebody came out with a couple of names. People have been saying that we believe it or not, some crazy people out there has said we need to have a higher tier than 35. We need a $50 tier, somebody said. So I'm still throwing it out there for names, but some of the names that have come out have been Trekker for Star Trek. What was it? Spacer is another one, Spacer level. Another one was oh, it was so long I couldn't remind it. There's a couple other ones out there. I have the list, but you know, I'm gonna throw them out in a poll on Discord, so you can vote for it on Discord and find out. We'll find out on Friday what the $50 level for you crazy astronauts that want to donate $50 a month to AstroWorld. But you know, God bless you if you can. But you know, if I don't get anybody, I'll laugh. But you know, hey, two of us
Oh, hey, Craig, you were at Nightfall last week. Tell me about it. Was that pretty good? Because I had a couple of my clients out there, and they said they absolutely enjoyed themselves.
Who was?
Oh, Craig Meyer was out at Nightfall.
Oh, Greg
in
Meyer.
Marin. Yeah, it's really a great event. I mean, that's something in October that's pretty cool because you're out there in the desert, and it's really a great little venue. You know, we should definitely consider going out there one night, you know, one year, because it's worth going out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that I want. I really, I'm trying. I'm trying to hit my wife up in the other room to have her go on the auto train in February, to go down to the Keys, but she is ignoring me right now. But but you know so we were gonna drive down to whatever DC, get on the auto train and get all the equipment down to the Keys, so I could image without telephone wires above me. Would be nice. So I'm thinking about that. Oh, there you go. We got another title for the $50 range called the Off the Rails level.
That's nice. I like that.
I don't know. I think that Charity wants to hear the effect now. Charity loves the effect. Oh, geez, here you go. Should I do it even with the face or no? Because believe it or not, the faces that I do are not recorded. They are live faces, and I'll prove it right now. Oh, what happened? No.
It went off the rail.
My button didn't work. Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, that's funny.
That is just, here you go. Quick play. Here we go. There you go. So,
how about Cosmos?
But is my wife into astronomy? Jen, are you into astronomy, Jen? Jen, they can't hear you. You are? She supports it.
She supports it.
She supports it. She looks and she is extremely supportive. I love you, baby. But you know, she doesn't get excited about it as I do. I'm more nerdy about the whole thing. And you know, but she is definitely super supportive she allows me to do this twice a week, just like everybody else here, to take the time out from the families 4-5 hours a week at nighttime, you know, at dinner time for most people. And it's appreciated by, I'm sure, all of our members that watch, and that you know, you guys taking your time out to do this, because it means a lot to me. I'm sure it means a lot to them. So thank you for all the efforts that everybody puts on the show, whether you're on the show every week, once a week, once a month, doing work on the website, all the people that are making AstroWorld a awesome success that I would never in my wildest dreams think that one of the shirts from the show was in the Barbados today, hanging out on somebody I didn't know. I would have never guessed that, you know, 2 years ago. I would, you know, it would never have happened to me. But you know, it's very humbling. So it's nice.
Yep.
The That's great. My wife Jenny, by the way, also supports my astro addiction. You know, doesn't it make it a lot easier if your significant other is supportive of what you do?
Oh yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
could be a very, very sad hobby if you have somebody that just comes up to you. What do you mean you're going out with the telescope again? You spend more time out with that telescope than you do with me.
Well, that's why you call your scope a mistress. You got to give it a name.
Let's not even go there.
I'm not touching that one, dude.
I'm not
You know
touching
what?
that
If
one
your
either.
spouse bragged on you like that, you know, there's a reason why I spend more time with my scope than I do you.
Oh,
Absolutely.
oh.
Next time Richard Wright is on, you got to ask Richard, what is his mistress name for his Officina Stellari Velocity?
I don't want to know.
Mhm.
Story. He's
I
got a great story.
I don't want to know. I don't. The less I know, the better.
I'm going for Lola.
Ugh.
Oh,
But
that's
Richard will
funny.
be back on the show again, I'm sure, probably by the end of the year. He, of course, will be gracing us with his theory on the death of auto guiding again, amongst other things. He has a lot of fun. The last time he was on the show, he did it from a Starbucks because he didn't
Yeah.
have
That's
any
pretty cool.
internet. Yeah, so that was nice. But I got this is get Carol said I got from her significant other. This is getting a bit obsessive from her significant other, and it does. It happens. You know what I mean? And it does. You know, there'll be times. You know, this is pre 6th and 7th telephone line. I would be imaging whenever it's a clear night. Even if I was exhausted, I'd go outside, I'd set it up, I'd press play on Nina and go to bed. But now I gotta, you know, I only get 2, maybe 3 hours of actual imaging a night if the object is just passing the telephone lines. You know, sometimes it's only like an hour or two, and it's getting pretty depressing to be honest with you. Where you know, I think I'm
Rough. That's rough though.
I
Seriously.
think
That's
I'm
rough.
just gonna need to do. I guess I'm just gonna have to buy a Schmidt, so I get longer focal lengths, so I get a narrower field of view, so I don't have to worry about the telephone wires so much. But that's the only thing. That's the only other thing I could do. I mean, even at 400 millimeters, I only get about 3 hours of imaging from left to right. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
That's tough to deal with, man.
You know. So
Say thank you, my bell.
unbelievable. I can't with these people. I can't. So
I mean,
holy
more telephone
crap!
wires when you know you're. I don't get it with more and more thing. You know, going cellular and voice over IP and stuff like that. What's the purpose for more and more telephone lines? I don't get it.
Some of it is FiOS. Some of it is power.
The high stuff is
okay.
power.
The high stuff is power. BIOS, I thought, was fiber optic under the ground.
No, we don't have anything under the ground here. We have
That's
nothing
true,
under the ground here. All my I'll
definitely.
show you my FiOS cables. It goes right from the pole to the ONT, which is right on the outside of my house.
Yeah.
It's
well, yeah,
horrible.
Being right there, water and stuff. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Hobble. Just hobble.
Hobble.
Not like
It's just
Hobble.
horrible. It's
hobble. Just hobble.
But it's 11 o'clock. I can't believe this has gone so quickly. But we do have to give away our $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills.
Big spin. Come on.
Yep, we gotta do that.
Big spin,
So-
spin that sucker. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, look at that little guy. Look at Scotty.
Yeah.
What a cute little guy. How old is he, Scott?
Bigger.
He's just 20 months.
Oh, God. Look at that.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
So I tell you what we have to
Aren't
do.
you?
All of us will have to get our dogs on next time so everybody can see what our dogs look like.
Oh God. My beast.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna say, Eric,
You don't even have to carry him. You just gotta like let him run around and you can hear him.
Yeah, I know. I just let him run around, you know. I let them all upstairs, let them just run around all upstairs. You see, you hear the herd.
Raffle press,
Yes,
giveaways.
it's a good boy. Yes, you are.
Woodland Hills. We got so many giveaways. We've given away so much stuff this year. We got
Let me just.
Yeah.
we got 90 people for Woodland Hills.
You can see
All right.
it. Yeah.
The hell is that? What the hell is that?
that's me. I'm knocking on my desk.
That's Pete trying to get my dog to bark.
Who's that? Hey, who's at the door?
What is that?
Who's that? Hey, Scott, what is he a mix?
No, he's purebred. He's American Shepherd, also known as Australian Shepherd Mini.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say it kind of looks like an Australian Shepherd bird dog, right?
Yeah. Look. Yeah. I thought it was a purebred Aussie.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
And I am ready
He
to
gets
go
lots
here.
of attention.
I'm sure.
Okay,
That's one of the neat
Dan,
things about Florida is that
Holy
he
shit.
goes pretty much everywhere with us.
how many people are on that wheel? Look at that.
90.
Oh my God.
90. Wow.
Yikes.
And let's see. Quick play. There we go. And then we'll have a little bit of this going on. We'll do this. There you go. We got my little there you go, my little scary dude there.
They all float down here, Georgie.
All right. There we go. And so here we go. So this is for a $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills. And oh, Bob, we just missed you. George Lutch. George Lutch, my friend, you win $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills. Congratulations, and we will get that out to you. Congrats to Georgie. Yeah, that's funny. We had Georgie.
Georgie.
Yeah.
Georgie. They all float down here, Georgie.
They all float down.
You got my dogs barking. There you go. And George went, yay, George is still online, so George will send that out to you. Everyone's saying, stop banging. You got the dogs barking all over the country. So
That's funny.
oh, I'm still not on. Let's see, where's the there we go.
Cool. Good show tonight, guys.
Yeah,
Great show
yeah,
tonight.
really good. It went
show.
super fast, so it's nice, when people come in and out. And, it's gonna be
Already
nice.
11
Eric,
o'clock. Wow.
Eric, can I ask you an APP question later? Okay.
Sure. I'll do my best to answer it.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
don't forget, Dr. Sass is coming next. What is it? Next week?
yeah, a week from tonight. A week from tonight.
A week from tonight. So if I can't answer it, hold on to it for Dr. Sass, because he may be able to answer it for you, maybe even better than I could. But DM me, whatever.
So feel free to hit us up on Discord or email, whatever. We could answer it either way. But thank you everybody for coming by. It's been a great show. How can I get the question to you? Are you do you watch the Discord or no?
Every once in a while, but you can also send it to Eric at AstroWorldWeb.com.
And put it in there real quick. There you go. Boom. There's the email. And so nice show, everybody. Really good, nice conversation back and forth. Congratulations to George. And please, if you like what we're doing here, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the buttons, hit the bell, do whatever you got to do to get the notifications on when we go online. We do this. Stop yawning, you guys. You're killing me. Sorry, Dean. It's 11. It's 11 o'clock here. It's 10 o'clock in Chicago, and Pete's the only one not yawning because he's out in Pacific time. But
it's like 8 o'clock his time. But but it's a great show. I love coming on here. It's a great opportunity to share our knowledge, with people who may not be as experienced as we are, or just getting started and need help. So don't forget, on Fridays is our newbies night. It's our Q&A for newbies. So if there's anybody who's really just getting started with astrophotography or astroimaging and have questions, come on Friday. And don't forget to share the show. We would really appreciate the support and getting the word out throughout the astro photography community about AstroWorld. So definitely share this out with others amongst within our community who you think may benefit from this, and or who would maybe just want to come out and join us and have a good time and chat astro and just have some fun, So yes, but again, it was a great show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a blast, and I think we need to get back to topics on Fridays, as we this month we kind of took a month off, but I think we need to get back on.
Yeah, we've been traveling. I'm traveling. You've been traveling, so yeah.
But now we're back home. Everybody's back home, so we'll get back to
I'll be back home. I'll be back home tomorrow. So yeah.
Cool. All right, Scotty, final thoughts. Everyone's tired. Everyone's yawning. Stop.
Time for bed.
Stop yawning, man. We're gonna make Dean fall asleep.
I'm telling you, I've been up since 6:30 this morning. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, me too. I hear you.
But no, I agree. It's always fun to get together with you guys and talk all things astro and imaging and and shirts, of course. Yes, shirts.
Absolutely, and shirts. And shirts and Cheetos. Shirts and Cheetos.
Absolutely.
So now, just like I said, just to dovetail on what Eric was saying, share the show. Share the show. Tell people about it.
Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Caring is sharing.
Absolutely. All right, Pete. Final thoughts.
Oh, just always a great show. Good to be back. Good to see Eric. Good to see Scott. And just to follow up on basically what Eric said, yeah, please, by all means, spread the word. The more viewer memberships we get, the better. We'll definitely be able to get more guests. I know, Dan, we've got a lot of guests that are lining up that we've got here. So starting next year, we'll have a lot more people that we're going to get involved in. So please, definitely spread the word, and definitely great time. Always good to hang out with the group.
All right, cool. Very, very good. All right, everybody. everybody have a good night. And, don't forget, 1 week from tonight, we have Dr. Sass, My Telescope, doing APP. Secondly, don't forget to vote for Picture of the Week. We got about 23 votes in now. We need a lot more because we're voting for 3 pictures. You can vote for 3 pictures. Vote, 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 because we're taking them all in, and then we're going to be back on track come Friday after this Friday. So we'll be back on track to that, because I'm starting to put together the AstroWorld calendar. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that will go on sale probably, I don't know, probably about 3rd or 4th week. And I know we'll miss January, but that's you'll have February, March, April, and 11 months. So you'll be able to get all that. So it's going to be fun. We'll have pictures of the month from March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We'll have everything, and we're going to have a host picture, and we're going to have a special mention picture. It's the picture of the person of their choice who had the most pictures of the week.
Ooh. All
So
right.
Nice.
the person that wins with the most pictures of the week can pick the photo that they want in there. And then we'll have the picture of the year vote after January, so we can put that on the cover.
Nice.
All right. So super important to get the votes out.
Yep.
All right. All right,
Vote
fellas.
early, but don't vote often.
No, just
Vote
vote
first.
early.
Vote early, but don't vote often.
This time, vote often. Every other time, not. But any other questions in the chat, real quick? I don't think that's it. Brian May,
Don't think so.
I wish. Welcome, shirt, sir, shirt. Oh, you guys
Yeah,
are too
she's
much.
talking to me.
Yeah, I know.
Buddy,
I
I
can't
tell you,
take
there
it.
you go.
All right, everybody. Listen, everybody, have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us for the past 2 hours. I hope everybody got something out of it. And please remember, hit the thumbs up button, join us, subscribe to us, share the love of the group. And if you've watched us and you had a good time, just share it with people so everyone can be involved. So everybody have a good night. See you in a couple of days. And as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye for now.
Peace.
Deuces.